Outdoors Delmarva covers everything outdoors, including real hunting and fishing situations involving wildlife. Now, we do our best each week to bring you tasteful content, but viewer discretion is advised. Now, enjoy the show.
This week, we're looking back over some summertime fun by checking out some great fishing across Delmarva.
We're off to Milford for the inaugural Delaware State Chainsaw Carving Competition.
We're off to Cambridge to cruise around the Choptank with the Eastern Shore Sailing Association.
And we're going off-road in Pittsville at OC Jeep Jam.
Outdoors Delmarva starts right now.
Welcome to Outdoors Delmarva, the show that celebrates our communities, our cultures and traditions, and the places we call home. My name is Jason Lee.
And I'm Lauren Hitch.
Lauren, may I have the honor of welcoming you to the first weekend of fall?
Okay. Okay, I think you missed the spot.
Where?
Well, just like right there. Just
Where?
like right there.
This is Outdoors Delmarva, presented by Gateway Subaru. Higher standards. And now, here's Jason Lee and Lauren Hitch.
Now, before Jason here bursts into flannel, we wanted to share with you a few of our favorite moments from the summer.
And you can't talk about summer on Delmarva without sharing a few fish tales.
We were invited out to the Indian River Marina in late June for a fishing tournament to benefit the Lyme Disease Association of Delmarva. The smiles were as plentiful as the fish the day we went out. The Kids Catch-All Tournament is a 2-day event where kids compete for trophies and bragging rights. Check out kidscatchall.com for more info.
The Hook Big Fish Classic had to deal with some unfavorable weather conditions, but despite extending the tournament by a day to accommodate for the storms, the 10th annual Biggest Fish Wins tournament did not disappoint. There were plenty of large tuna brought in, plus this 130-pound swordfish reeled in by the Black Irish. But the real winners were the firefighters of the Ocean City Fire Department, who received a $20,000 check from the tournament. Mark your calendars for July 25th through the 29th for next year's Hook Big Fish Classic.
The Big Pond in Ocean Pines was home to a day of free family fishing in conjunction with the Maryland Department of Natural Resources Free Fishing Days. Jay Wimbrow, along with Rumblefish Tackle and Delaware Bass Nation, hosted a day where families could try their hand at catching a few fish and winning trophies and other prizes. You can stay up to date regarding next year's Free Family Fishing Day by following Jay Wimbrow Fishing on Instagram.
And we can't forget about the 50th White Marlin Open. The world's largest and richest billfish tournament was in jeopardy of not seeing any billfish. But after days of tuna, mahi-mahi, and wahoos, Day 5 finally brought us what we were all there to see. And even though the one white marlin that was brought to the scales was just a few pounds shy of the minimum weight, this blue marlin made sure that we all got the thrill of the bill.
Now, hunting season is upon us, but there's still plenty of fishing to be had here on Delmarva. So if you've got plans to get out there and rip a few lips, make sure that you send us an email to outdoors@wboc.com and tell us where your favorite fishing hole is.
Coming up after the break, we head to Milton for the Delaware State Chainsaw Carving Competition. The Outdoors Delmarva Best of the Summer Special returns right after these messages.
You're watching Outdoors Delmarva, presented by Gateway Subaru. Higher standards.
Now that fall is officially here, you might be getting your chainsaw tuned up and ready for firewood.
But back in June, we got to see some chainsaws in action where they transformed wood into beautiful art masterpieces. We're here at Southern States in Milford, and I'm here with our friend Josh Miller, a familiar face on the show.
Yeah.
Josh, there's a lot of carving going on in the background.
There's a little buzz in the air, right?
Yes, tell us what we're doing here today.
So just having a chainsaw carving event out here at Southern States. We call it the First State Chainsaw Carving Event. This is all a benefit for the Carlisle Fire Department. So there's a bunch of carvers from all over the United States here. We got Michigan, Ohio, Maine, Pennsylvania, New York, Texas, Delaware. We got a couple representing Delaware. So yeah, they're just out here making a bunch of art in front of everybody, having a bunch of fun, you know. Let's get sawdust in the air.
So the carvers that are here, they're from all over.
All over.
How did they find out about this event?
Well, I'm friends with every one of them out here. I'm personal friends with, so I just put it out on Facebook, like, if I do this event, who would be interested? And I had an overwhelming like response of people wanting to come to Delaware just because they've never been to Delaware. So I was like, all right, just don't blink.
Right.
I think we got 10, maybe 11 carvers, I'm not sure. You got carvers from New York, PA, Maine, Texas. Yeah, they're from all over the place. Well, I've been on the road for the past 5 weeks doing events, and it worked out for me and my schedule, and so, yeah, here we are. So far, I'm having fun. The people putting on this event, Southern States, my God, I haven't met nicer people in a long time. They're letting me drive the rock saws around. I'm having a blast. I've been at it for about 13 years now. I do a lot of fairs and festivals, like speed carving demonstrations. And then I also put on a competition of my own called Carve Wars. And then I have a retail place in Maine. And yeah, it keeps me busy 12 months a year. Years ago, I had 2 ruptured Achilles tendons. And I started making log furniture, and that led to having a furniture store in Cooperstown, New York. And I got to meet a couple of carvers out there and got into it and just fell in love with it. And 13 years later.
We've walked around and looked at some, and they're all very unique and different. Every artist has their own style.
Their own style, that's right. Yeah, you can. Somebody says they want an eagle. Well, you can go look at my eagles and the guy next to my eagles. They're 2 totally different eagles. You can tell they're eagles, but one's cartoonish, one's a little more realistic, that kind of thing. And that's what is fun about the events, is because everybody has their own style.
I love that you guys are sharing your passion. You know, like you say, you go to the fair and events, but having your own event and having these people excited to come here and show off their passion, that's amazing.
Yeah, and this event is, I have a couple pieces out here, but I'm not carving here. This event is not about me. I want everybody that's out here to sell all their own stuff and make a bunch of money, and we make a bunch of money for the fire department, and everybody's happy.
The inaugural event featured chainsaw carvers from all over the country, and our friend Josh Miller with Art and Saw hopes to make it an annual event.
Yeah, check out the Art and Saw Facebook page to learn more about what Josh does and to find out where you can see him at an upcoming event.
The Outdoors Delmarva Best of the Summer Special. We'll be right back.
You're watching Outdoors Delmarva, presented by Gateway Subaru. Higher standards.
Lauren, there are certain times when spending time alone outdoors is needed.
True, but we've seen when you have that special someone to share the experience with that it can make for some great memories.
And that's on full display in this week's Remembering Scorchy Taws.
Honoring the life and legacy of Scorchy Taws, thanks to Shorts Marine in Long Neck, Delaware. Shorts Marine, everything but the water.
My crabbing guests today were right on time. Andrew and Michael the boys, and Kimberly the tomboy. She can hold her own with any of the guys. Their crabbing method, chicken necking it's called. Crabs dearly love chicken too, you know. Just hang a chunk on a piece of string with just enough weight to carry it to the bottom and you're in business. These guys put out 5 lines and took turns being either a puller or a dipper. Andrew and Kimberly are experienced chicken neckers.
Should we keep him?
Michael was getting his baptism of crustacean fire and found out right away that his reflexes have got to be quicker than the crab's reflexes. Now, Michael ain't no dummy. He learns fast. And by the time Andrew became the puller, which was only a minute or so later, Michael had become an expert. Chicken necking is a sport for all ages, but especially for kids. And unlike some other forms of recreation, is just about devoid of boredom. As long as it's crab season and you're dunking chicken in salt water, chances are you're going to have a reasonable number of taut strings. The crab is hunted 365 days a year, and if ever the day comes when his fortune dips before the gathering cloud of overharvest and the onslaught of yet unharnessed pollution, let's hope there will always be enough for the chicken neckers, especially for those wide-eyed kids who go down to the docks and piers with string in their hands and hope in their hearts. Chicken necking will be among the days that will be etched deeply in their library of childhood memories. And one day in the distant future, they'll return, bringing with them the ones they love, and the torch will be passed.
All you need for a good day of crabbing is a crab net, some twine, piece of chicken, and 3 grandchildren. You'll be sure to have a ball.
Remembering Scorchy Taws is presented by Shorts Marine, online at shortsmarine.com.
Did you know that clay targets or clay pigeons aren't actually made out of clay? They're made from a mixture of petroleum products called pitch and crushed limestone.
Did you know that clay targets replaced live pigeons in 1875 and the British Parliament unanimously passed a law that made shooting birds from traps illegal?
Did you know that most traditional clay targets aren't biodegradable, but some manufacturers are working on new, eco-friendlier versions?
Now you do.
Did You Know is sponsored by North Bay Marina.
And now it's time to take a look at the Mount of the Week.
Brought to us by Longhorn Butcher and Taxidermy in Pittsville.
This Sika deer was harvested on Assateague Island by Eric Grindle.
Be sure to check out the Longhorn Butcher and Taxidermy page on Facebook or stop by to see Spencer at their Morris Road location in Pittsville. And we're looking back at a few of our favorite pictures from over the last few months.
We want to thank everyone who has shared their outdoor life with us, and we want you to keep sending in those photos.
Email them to outdoors@wboc.com and give us as much information as possible so we can feature them here on the show.
Outdoors Delmarva viewer pictures are sponsored by North Bay Marina. Outdoors Delmarva will be right back. This is Outdoors Delmarva, presented by Gateway Subaru, Higher Standards, sponsored by Shorts Marine, everything but the water, and Bell Creek Equipment. For farm, home, or fun, Bell Creek is #1.
This is the Outdoors Delmarva Best of the Summer Special.
And Jason, we really did have a lot of great adventures the past few months.
We did, and one of the coolest adventures we had was on the Choptank with the Eastern Shore Sailing Association.
Well, I was one of the few that was in on the very first meetings, which were held in the home of Jim and Connie Hillman. And it was a group of guys, I guess when they very first started out, they were sailing small boats, 19-foot Mariners, and small boats that they could trailer and put in most anywhere. And anyway, they decided to get together and form a sailing association. We're talking 50 years ago. And anyway, they elected some officers, decided what they wanted to do. And this was 1974. And that first year we had 76 members. It was just a group of people who got together, they liked sailing.
Well, I was probably grew up sailing when I was probably youngest is 6, and got away from it for several years. And I've been away from it when I had children, but as they grew up, I got back into it with us and having a real good time with it. You can get a lot more serious and go on bay races with boats like this, Annapolis or Oxford or St. Michael's, but it's hard for us to get away during the weekends and stuff, so we just end up doing Wednesday night. It kind of absence makes the heart grow fonder, maybe, you know?
The good thing about racing is it's different every time you go because the wind speed will be different, the course will be different, a lot of times people on the boat will be different. So it's not the same anytime you go. Well, I'd like people to know that we're not a yacht club per se, we're a sailing club, so we don't have a building to maintain, we don't have docks to maintain, so to join, you can get a family membership for $50 or a single membership for $40, and the racing fee is $70. And then to get a handicap rating out of Perth of the Chesapeake, it's like $45, $50. So for less than $200, you can come out and have a good time and race and be scored, and you don't have to shell out a couple $1,000s a year and eat at a yacht club every month. And so it's a good bargain, really, to have a lot of fun. If you don't have a sailboat, there's always people looking for crew, and we'll have on our website, we'll have a place where you can sign up, and people will call you up if they need a crew, and so you can learn that way as well.
Jason, I'm really glad you didn't fall off that boat, but for the sake of the show, can you maybe be a little bit more clumsy next time?
Anything for you, Lauren.
You're the best.
When we come back, we're going to get a little mud on the tires with OC Jeep Jam.
The Outdoors Delmarva Best of the Summer Special. We'll be right back.
This is Outdoors Delmarva, presented by Gateway Subaru. Higher standards.
The Jeeps rolled into Ocean City the last weekend in August, but it was in Pittsville where we got to experience the genuine Jeep lifestyle.
So put your seatbelts on, keep all arms and legs inside the vehicle as we go off-road with OC Jeep Jam.
Jeep Jam got started sitting at the CC Custom Shop one day talking about Ocean City Jeep Week, and then we decided, hey, wouldn't it be fun to have some off-road stuff to bring to Ocean City Jeep Week? So that's what we did. We created Jeep Jam, and it's grown and grown over the years. It's a huge Jeep playground. There's anything and everything anybody can want. I mean, we've got, like I said, we've got this whole course here, but then right behind you, I have the big boy course, where all the bigger Jeeps and rock crawlers like to come play. So, yeah, there's something here for everybody. A lot of the people out here have been wheeling for a while, so we just kind of keep an eye on them. If you are a newbie, it's no problem at all. We will spot you through the entire course. The course also has outs if there is something you don't feel comfortable trying to do. So we've got a log cross, we've got mild rocks, we have extreme rocks, we've got some more logs over here, some tires, some concrete pads. I mean, we've just got a plethora of different things for them to climb over and play and have fun with. Obviously, we have spotters here. We do require you to wear your seatbelts at all times. You must have insurance. You must have a front and rear hook point if you get stuck so that we can get you out. If you are in a car seat, we do not let you on the course. We do not advise it. Keep your hands and your feet inside at all times. But we want you to enjoy the ride as well. It's something that we all love to do, so we're all about it. And when people ask me, this is what it's about. It's about people coming out here, testing their limits, having fun, being amongst people that they're not gonna be judged by, you know? That's what it is to me, it's family. When you think of Jeep family, you think of family and community, because that's what it's all about. Everybody's friendly, everybody is willing to help each other. They just wanna encourage you and make you feel part of their family, but also encourage you to get out there and say, hey, I'm so-and-so and I'm from Ocean City, Maryland, and it's very nice to meet you. Get them out, get them on the course, help them go through things, help them push the limits to what their Jeep can actually do. And then they become part of the Jeep family.
Jason, I know you're ready for all things flannel, but didn't we have just the best summer?
We certainly did, and I'm really glad that I got to share those adventures with you.
And we're also glad we got to share our adventures with all of you.
And more adventures are coming your way right here next week. So until then, my name is Jason Lee.
And I'm Lauren Hitch, and we hope to see you
Outdoors Delmarva.
Outdoors Delmarva, a Draper Media production, is presented by Gateway Subaru. Higher standards. Sponsored by Shorts Marine and Bell Creek Equipment.